Everyone's always discussing what the best character is. But what if instead of just the best in practice, when we actually put them in a tournament setting, what if it was just the best character in total? What if this character had all the best tools in the game, but no one kit? What would this end up looking like? It's a question I have wondered for a while, but never properly answered. So today I wish to answer that question. Let's start with some ground rules and criteria. Number 1, I will be using avatars of the average height, but any route that would work on the original character would continue to work on this character, such as Sagat getting M Nexus H follow-up on Crouch Medium Punch, Drive Rush, Back Heavy Punch. With the average height, it drops, but for consistency's sake, we will act as if it continued to connect. Moves cannot overlap, obviously. You can't have 2 quarter circle forward plus punches, but you can have quarter circle forward plus punch and quarter circle forward plus kick. How things work in avatars is how I assume they would work. Using drinks doesn't affect avatar scaling, for example. So with this character, it would work the exact same way. 4. If I feel something makes the whole kit feel weird, it would get a shout out for possibly being there, but wouldn't show up. In theory, this character should be usable. I don't want to make this character feel sloppy and unable to function. Number 5, that if I say a move that has a target combo, that target combo stays. Please tell me below, and we can discuss where we disagree. This is for fun, this isn't to be taken as gospel, and doesn't entirely reflect the meta of the game. Let's start with what I think the most boring topic is. Air normals and specials. Well, let's put some ground rules down for what we need for this. What we need is a cross-up jump in, a strong jump in, a good air-to-air, and a special cancelable air button. The final is mandatory for the given fact of air specials. Let's just quickly do the light punch and light kick, as it's possibly the least interesting of all at the air normals. Best jumping light punch seems to be Alex, but I can't fully confirm. It's looking at super combo and frame data. It's active for 8 frames and is plus 7 to 11 on hit and plus 11 to 15 on punch counter. Best jumping light kicks. I originally wrote a name and why, but this doesn't matter more than I thought. Basically any cross-up jumping light kick. They all share very similar data. This one needs to be cross-up. Medium kick and heavy punch won't be cross-ups. Stick with me, it will make sense when I get into it. I'm gonna go right into jumping. Mediums. Medium punch. Originally, I was gonna say Viper, but I forgot about Blanca. I remembered you could do jump back, Blanca ball, and yeah, it's special cancelable. It also looks to be a bigger normal, and is generally used more than Vipers. Ed, medium kick. Anyone who's fought as good Ed knows how good of an air normal this is. It shouldn't be a shock that it's here at all. Heavy punch. Originally, I forgot Jury's heavy punch crosses up, and it's a confusing cross-up to guess correctly. But it's also kinda annoying to use this Jury sometimes, so I'm gonna go for something much simpler. Just the average Shoto jumping heavy punch. Ken, Ryu, and Akuma share the same jumping heavy punch. Everything's the same for them. So whoever's your favorite of those 3, you can put here. There just isn't enough of a difference to try to differentiate them. Heavy kick. This one became a lot harder. There wasn't an entirely clear answer in my mind until I started thinking. But let me honorable mention the original 2 I was thinking. That was JP and Manon. Both share a super similar jumping heavy kick. Hits deceptively deep, really safe on landing, and of course, the plus on block. And is pretty good at dealing with zoning, all things considered. Good jumping overall. However, I then remembered one jumping heavy kick. I think it's better due to his combo potential even on a back jump. That's Ed jumping heavy kick. Ed always gets a DP. Well, it would look weird. Just imagine that every DP and super hits on it besides Manon, Lily, and Give Super R3, as that's how they function normally. Air to air, that isn't special cancelable and allows him to start a combo beyond just an air special. Zed can drive rush after for a follow-up, which would be stand heavy punch, stand heavy kick, and crouch heavy kick. That will stay the same in everyone no matter the move chosen for that area. So if I choose Alex stand heavy kick, he will also get stand heavy kick, but he won't get charged stand heavy kick. Then we go to air specials. Quarter circle forward plus kick. This goes to burn kicks, easily. Some would argue Chun-Li, but trust me, I believe there's something very degenerate in this list that goes for a wake-up reversal. Quarter circle forward plus punch. Akuma air fireball. It's normally just okay and has answers. Usually you just DP it. It's pretty easy to DP Akuma. But OD fireball is really good, and allows for Akuma to follow up, which will continue to stay for this character. If you do an air-to-air with jump, medium punch, and a fireball in the corner, you also get a follow-up of some form, which will likely be a DP, but it is still a follow-up nonetheless. Or a circle back plus kick. Now we get into dive kicks, and funny enough, I am going to go with the least dive kick of them all, Rashid. To me, his dive kick provides good pressure post-dive kick without needing to follow up on it, making it better than the other dive kicks, which need a follow-up to continue pressuring or doing something. Core circle forward plus punch. Since we had a dive kick, I still want to give a shout out to Mai. I originally was going to give this to her, but I think Luke has it better here, really. Good DP, and he's super, and really nice Oki, even if he doesn't follow up. So this goes to Aerial Flash Knuckle. Extras that don't have contenders. This is for Dhalsim and Geef mainly. Geef gets Air SPD, Dhalsim gets Float, TP, and Yoga Comet, but I don't believe Yoga Comet provides value and is just similar to Akuma Air Fireball, and Fret Miss inputs, it won't be added, but we'll get the shout out here. Post the original recording, I forgot Air Blanca Ball. Yes, he will have Air Blanca Ball, that is why he didn't give it Chun-Li kicks. Now we get to the final part of the Air Normals. Air Command Normals. Funny enough, yes, there is Air Command Normals. Nobody really remembers their Air Command Normals. So let's just run down this list quickly. If there is no contenders in category, the explanation is NA. DJ, NA. Dhalsim won't get Air Drill for down plus high kick. Down plus heavy punch during a forward jump, Aki, NA. Down plus heavy punch on neutral jump, Marisa, NA. Neutral jumping heavy punch. Honda, I would explain more, but this only appears in neutral jumping heavy punch for Honda, and with Tieran, well, it's a little better than former Shoto jump heavy punch. As it only appears on neutral jump, I cannot tell you that it will go for forward jump, and it will not overlap, as I feel this is a really good normal to have, a really good air normal, as it is a stop sign. Down plus medium kick. Chun and Honda also had one, but Chun just gets used more to extend air combos and can be used for mix on block much better. Not amazing, but mix is mix nonetheless. Down plus medium punch. Kim. I don't believe there's any other, but a quick explanation of a few words. It kills momentum, and this character doesn't have a momentum killer in the air yet, so I have to give it to that. Up heavy punch, Geef headbutt, NA. There's no other up heavy punch in the air. Heavy kick during a neutral jump. This won't be a part of the kit, as I feel would be annoying and inconsistent, as you try to do a jumping heavy kick and then you get neutral jump heavy kick. So this will not happen, but I still wanted to give this to someone. This goes to Ken. It's just used more in combos than it is any other character has one, so I just feel like the really simple explanation is that Ken uses it and no other character does, so it has to be the best by default. No matter what, it would have to be the best because it would be used in combos. And finally, super arts. SA1. SA1, Akuma Air Level 1, allows for a follow-up on it, and generally does more damage than his only other contender being Chun-Li. So if it just ends at SA1, it's still generally doing more damage. SA2 is mine. Simply put, good damage, good corner carry without needing too much after. And finally, we have ended on the air normals. I promise the rest of the list isn't as all over as this. Probably will be for some of you, but air normals are just awkward to cover with how weird and unique they are most of the time, with different properties going on per air normal, different kits needing different things, etc. So that is the final list for the air normals, and we shall move on to grounded normals, which will also include command normals. It's post editing Phoenix. I am very tired. I finished editing this and I realized this took me almost 4 hours to edit, and I usually edit in a night, and I think I'm gonna have to do this in parts. So this is part 1 of a 3-part series, mini-series. Next week will be normals, and then we'll go into specials and supers. I tried to do this all in one video, but I realized that I need to do more testing and stuff. Like, I've done a lot of testing on my own, but I still need to do more and more. Yeah, so that's about it. Next week will be normals. Alright, see you next week for that.